So today we're talking to Racheal Starbird, and you are the commander of the new Industry and Tech Center building. What is your official title?
So I am our Industry and Technology Center Coordinator.
Coordinator, okay. So you are in charge of working with both internally with MAC and then the public for using the different spaces.
Yep.
And are relatively new. It's a couple years old now.
Yeah.
But still pretty shiny and new.
It is. We haven't covered it in too much grease and sawdust yet, but we're getting there. Our classes have been filling up there. So not only is it our facilities rental, but we also do have classes going every day in that facility. So we've got auto tech and construction and building technology, industrial maintenance, electrical, electronics, fiber optics, CNC machine tool. So we've got a lot of things happening on one half of the building, and on the other half of the building is where I come in.
Yeah, so traditionally people think we have most of our Mac Tech classes over there, which is accurate. Mm-hmm. And then the school will have some functions over there in some of the larger spaces. Mm-hmm. But what we wanted to talk about today was if you are a local business or if you're a business of one, if you're a sole proprietor, or if you're just looking for a space to host a large group, we can do that. So do you want to talk about, let's say that it's just somebody who just wants to have needs a large space for a gathering. What do we offer there?
Yeah, so we offer quite a few different spaces for a variety of events and sizes of events, which is great. So we're very flexible for pretty much anything that you might need. I've got individual office spaces that you can rent per day, or if you want to, I have 4 of them. You can put them on retainer and have an office space. If you don't have an office space, we can talk through what that looks like. But then I also I can fit from 1 person to 400 people. We have our Innovation Bay, which holds 400 guests. And then we also have our Cardinal Center that holds 200 to 250. Then we've got like our Student Commons that holds 75. And then our classrooms all hold between 24 and 40 guests. So we've got something for everybody. If you just need it for an hour event, we rent that. Or if you need it for an entire week-long conference, we also can work out and rent it for that. So
really flexible. So if you are, let's say, a sole proprietor and you don't have a physical office space, you can use one of our rooms to meet clients or conduct business otherwise.
Yeah.
And then now, I know the Cardinal Center has an attached kitchen.
It does.
And that is someone who rents it can then use that.
Yep.
So if you're having some sort of, it could be a potluck, it could be some sort of event with food.
Yeah.
There is an attached kitchen with a window. So that's a possibility.
Yeah, our local caterers seem to really like that additional facility. They can kind of prep their food and not have to worry about distracting the event. So we just had like our Farmington Regional Chamber. They just had their gala with us, and they had 250 guests. They had a caterer. They had awards. They had all sorts of things. We've also done the St. Paul Merry and Bright Gala. They had a full silent auction, like there were couches and swings and all sorts of things in the room. So they're all flexible. That's what is great about every single space. Nothing is really, other than the walls, is bolted down. All table arrangements can be switched up depending on what the need of your event is. We can bring in round tables. We can put in rectangular tables. You can have no tables at all. It's really whatever you need for that space.
Yeah, and part of the reservation process is saying, hey, I need this many tables and this many chairs, and those are set up for you.
Yes.
And also everything's broken down, so you don't have to stick around cleaning anything up. We do have a stage.
We do.
Right? So that's portable, so that can be placed in a variety of locations.
In a variety of sizes. I think it goes up to 16 by 20 feet, so you can have a full dance number on it, like our vocal music students did just the other day for our country hoedown, or you can have just one platform just so your speaker can stand up a little bit higher.
Yeah, cool. So super flexible. And then you can also rent wireless microphones. So we've got audio visual, obviously screens.
Yep.
are kind of built in, our projectors. And then the Innovation Bay has a huge, you think a traditional like garage door where it kind of rolls up. So if you have need for an incredibly large item or more,
like a John Deere tractor in a barn,
a tractor or a barn, you can get it in there. Or if your event, let's say it revolves around a vehicle, maybe it's a car, raffle, or something, but you can get large items into the Innovation Bay if necessary.
We have had like our Community of Unity Back to School Bash. We do our Health and Resource Expo up there. And so both of those events require a lot of setup for, anywhere from 50 to 113 different vendors. So instead of bringing everybody in through our little tiny doors in the front, we just open the garage doors and everybody hauls everything in that they need, and then we shut it for the day, and it makes setup go by so much quicker.
Yeah, not trying to wheel in through individual doors, and it makes it a lot smoother. And we do have like hiring events, like you said, expos, different things like that up there. And also you touched on, so we do have our Mac Tech classes there, and those bays are attached to classroom because they do a mix of instruction plus hands-on. But those classrooms or other classrooms are available. So if you are a business or a company that needs a training space, they can use a traditional classroom.
And we also offer, so in those classrooms, we've got all sorts of training events. We've done CPR training. We have the Mineral Area Nurses Honor Guard. They meet in there once a month. We've got the Parkland beekeepers who've met there a few times. But we also we have workforce development here on campus with us. And so they offer a variety of trainings from different industrial maintenance side of things all the way to Excel spreadsheets and leadership training like Dale Carnegie training. And we do a lot of those in those classrooms that we have. So you can almost do a one-stop shop with us where you get your training set, we set the room for you, get it all taken care of, and your employees are just that much better to move forward.
Last week we talked to some of the career tech instructors, and Eric Shelton was talking about how if you're a company and you need some training for your people, but you don't maybe have a dedicated space, that businesses will send their employees over here to be trained on perhaps equipment that we have, or even to bring their own, so that they have a physical space for their people to learn how to use the stuff. So, I mean, really, whatever you can imagine, it's kind of a blank canvas for whatever you need.
It really is. The only thing I haven't had a question about yet, and we might have to run this with the supervisors, but nobody's asked me to bring in livestock yet. I don't know if that's a go-ahead, but everything else is pretty open and available. I'm always willing to discuss any event you have, and we can work out and see if that makes sense in our building. And what's great is with your room rental, with your planning, I assist in all of that. So I help make your room layouts. I communicate with all of our internal maintenance workers, and we have digital signage that I make for you to help direct your guests. We also, day of, I'm there to make sure your tech runs smoothly, and our door system, we can set those so nobody has to worry about keys or anything like that, and you just have access to the building when you need it, and we lock it up when you don't, so your items are all safe. But it really helps if you're not used to planning an event. I do a lot of them. So let me use my skills and help, and we can make your event just the best moving forward for you.
Yeah, you're not going to be sort of left on an island.
Right.
If something goes wrong, you're there to kind of facilitate, make sure everything is operating accurately.
Yes, definitely. And that helps take a lot of stress off of events. Can be very stressful, whether it is just a small meeting in a classroom or if it's, a full expo. They're stressful across the board from planning to full execution. So having somebody there that knows the space and making sure that everything is sort of monitored the way it needs to be monitored, it just gives you a peace of mind.
my default reaction would probably be negative on the livestock.
Yeah.
Probably the closest to having wild animals in the building would be like little kids, like toddlers.
Yes.
Are essentially wild animals.
They really are.
That's kind of borderline limit.
Yeah.
You know.
I think we'll probably hold off on the livestock. Maybe some puppies. Luna comes in, our service puppy that we have here. So she comes in and visits quite often, and maybe some service ponies. But other than that, maybe no livestock.
Yeah, sure. Those are kind of different service animals or therapy animals that are on campus occasionally. Yeah. I don't know what else except for, and we'll put contact information in the description, but if you just want to give us your office phone and maybe your email.
So my direct line is 573-518-2121. And then you can email me at itc@mineralarea.edu. And if you want to fill out an application, you can go to the community tab on our website, mineralarea.edu, and you'll find ITC or Industry and Technology Center room reservation and just follow all the prompts there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got a form set up so that you can pick and choose what you need.
Yeah.
And you have a really nice email, itc@mineralarea.edu.
It's easier than spelling my name.
Yeah, for anybody, really. Yeah. And then you said it was 573-518-2121.
Yep, 2121.
You got a really good, easy to remember phone.
It does. It all looks really good on business cards.
Yeah, exciting. But it doesn't look fake. It's not like you got 2000 and somebody's like, that can't be a real phone number.
Be it.
2121.
Yeah.
That seems legitimate.
It'll send you right to me. And if you just want to chat about what room interests you have or even an event you are thinking about planning, I'd be more than happy to discuss any of that with you. And then we can always talk about pricing and things like that. I have that readily available to send over. Or if you want some photos of the rooms and some descriptions, or if you even want to come do a walkthrough, you're more than welcome to do that.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you aren't entirely sure what you need, you may not want to go directly to the form. If you want to call to say, hey, here's what I'm thinking about, what space do you think would be most appropriate, or all the way through coming for a visit to get an idea of what might work best for you. Don't feel like you have to know 100% of the details perfectly before you reach out and inquire.
Yeah, definitely not. Most people don't have those all squared away until the hour before the event. So we are just fine helping in the planning stages all the way through till cleanup for the event.
Now, technically, our hours are 8 to 4.
Yep.
I'm not saying that you live in the ITC building.
You could say that.
But it's close.
It is very close.
Like if I came over there and found a small tent, I'd be like, oh, Rachel's here for an event.
We're thinking about getting an air mattress for my office.
Essentially not going home.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we appreciate you coming in. Yeah. We just wanted to kind of talk through and let people know that whether it's for business, casual, fun, we've got a variety of spaces, we've got equipment, and most importantly, we have a person. Racheal is here to assist you. Everything from the initial brainstorming all the way through to cleanup when you head home and you don't have to worry about anything.
Yep, and everything in between. Just let us know and we'll get you all taken care of. Perfect.
Well, thanks for listening. If anybody's still there at the end of our podcast here. But appreciate it. And check out our other episodes to learn all sorts of new and interesting or weird or fun facts about the college.
You never know what we'll have.
You don't. And you mentioned Luna. I'm supposed to talk to Emily. Yeah. We're going to have a Luna discussion.
fun.
Luna probably isn't the best speaker, so Emily's going to talk on her behalf.
There we go.
But yeah, always trying to get some inside information, talk to the people that make Mac go.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on here.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So thanks again, Racheal, for coming in, and everybody out there. Yeah, reach out to her if you are looking for a space, and we'll talk to you some other time.